Hello students, for class 10th, I am going to be here with you for a short time to explain to you the chapter on federalism in political science. In the first chapter, power sharing, we have seen how the powers of the government are shared in Sri Lanka as well as Belgium. Now in Sri Lanka, we see they don't want to divide the power in the states, whereas in Belgium, every state, two types of people join together and work so beautifully democratic way. In this chapter, we are going to understand the term federalism. Now what is federalism? The first unit in this particular chapter is what is federalism. I have written here, federalism is a system of government in which the power is divided between a central authority and various units of the country. Now I will explain to you, now what is this federalism? It is a system, a type of government. System, a type that is a type of government in which the power is divided between a central authority and various units of the country. The power is divided between the central as well as various units. It can be state or it is also called province. In federalism, there are two levels of government. If we say that federalism is, that means there are two types of government. One is in the center, whole country is holding on. The other one is the government divided in the state. That is two levels of for the government for the entire country as well as the other one is for the state. State also we have the chief minister and other members, whereas here we have prime minister and its members. When you think of federalism, we need to learn certain characteristics. So altogether there are 7 characteristics. Characteristic means specialities. It can be features, it can be hallmarks. So what are those speciality that we need to know? This is one of the essay type question, my dear students of class 10. One question comes, what is federalism? Learn this. Then you also see how it is two levels divided in the state as well as at the center. Next essay type question comes, features of federalism. First one, in federalism there are 2 or more levels of government. If a country adopts for federalism, that means there are 2 sets of government. One is at the center, one is at the state level. That is the first characteristic. Always remember the first character is there are 2 or more types of government, that is in the center as well as in the state. You can give the examples. Now second feature, each tier means each government has its own jurisdiction. Now what is jurisdiction? It is they are under them there is certain power with them. Now that is where they are working, that is the jurisdiction. In which way? In legislature, that is in Supreme Court in the center, whereas in the state level there is High Court. Taxation, collecting tax, center can collect their own tax, whereas state also collects their own tax. And administration, the state level, whole state has to be managed by the state government, central has to look after a whole country. Another, I will repeat again, first feature I have said 2 or more government in the federalism country, whereas here we have each tier, that is whether it is unit, particular province or particular state, has their own jurisdiction in where? Legislature, tax, in collecting tax, as well as their administration is quite different, they are not same. Now, third feature, that the jurisdiction powers are specified in the constitution. So, that is the beautiful in federalism. Constitution is must, and all the jurisdiction, all the work that has to be carried on, all the powers that are mentioned in the constitution. You will see that third feature is the jurisdiction powers are specified in the constitution. They cannot change the constitution. Constitution change करने के लिए वो अलग ही procedure है. So, what is written in the constitution, the jurisdiction has to see by the center as well as by the state. Now, the fourth characteristic, provision of constitution cannot be unilaterally changed, needs consent of both. As I said, center as well as state, उन लोगों का jurisdiction क्या है वो लिखा हुआ है हमारा constitution में, और constitution provision that are given in the constitution cannot be changed unilaterally, मतलब one person cannot change, one particular state cannot change, or only center cannot change the constitution. It has to get the consent of central as well as state government. So, I will repeat again, constitution तो हर फेडरलिस्ट डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री है तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है, वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऐसा नहीं कि स्टेट अपना तरीके चेंज कर सकता है, नहीं, इधर ऐसा नहीं है. सो इन द फेडरलिज्म यूजुअली द प्रोविजंस इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कैन बी अमेंडेड with the consent with the members of Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha or MPs or MLAs. So, all MLAs or MPs all have to come together and make certain amendments in the constitution. These are the four features. I will come back to you for the fifth provision. Courts have the power to interpret the constitution. Now, courts, we have Supreme Court and High Court. So, जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इंटरप्रेट करने के लिए, इंटरप्रेटेड मतलब उसका जजमेंट के लिए किसका हाथ में है, कोर्ट का हाथ में है. दैट इज सुप्रीम कोर्ट एक्ट्स एज एन एम्पायर इफ डिस्प्यूट अराइजेस बिटवीन डिफरेंट लेवल्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. नाउ स्टेट में तो है हमारा हाई कोर्ट, जो कोई स्टेट में मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग टेक्स प्लेस तो हाई कोर्ट मैनेज करता है. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इन महाराष्ट्र यू सी लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग नाउ, सो हाई कोर्ट हैज़ टू बी ऑन द वॉच एंड द डिस्प्यूट दैट हैज़ arisen in Maharashtra, it is the Maharashtra Supreme Court has to do it. So, Maharashtra High Court has to do it. Now, what is the duty of Supreme Court? Suppose एक या दो स्टेट में कन्फ्यूजन है और मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग है, एग्रीमेंट नहीं होता, और स्टेट और सेंटर में मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग है, तो इट इज़ द ड्यूटी ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट टू एक्ट एज अ एम्पायर. एम्पायर पता है, फाइनल डिसीजन, dispute if it is between the different levels of government. It can be two governments, that like for example two states, take for example Gujarat or Maharashtra can be, Tamil Nadu or Karnataka can be, or Kerala or Andhra Pradesh or Karnataka. So, if there are any disputes there, it has to be settled by the Supreme Court, and then one particular government, only one court has to be managed by their own state, but Supreme Court judges on the whole between two or more problem in the two or more states, or between the center or the state. It has to be seen by the Supreme Court. Next one, sources of revenue is specified by the financial autonomy. So, autonomy is single, like it is a sources of income, क्योंकि finance everything है. Center has its own financial powers, state also has its own powers. So, it is specified by the single autonomy. So, it has to be by the single person, single government, it has to decide how the finance they can collect it. Now, next one has dual objective. Now, federalism has दो type के objectives. Now, what are those? To safeguard, that is state को है तो स्टेट को सेफ गार्ड करने के लिए, सेंट्रल है तो सेंट्रल सेफ गार्ड के लिए, सेंट्रल प्रोटेक्शन. Now second objective is to promote unity of the country by accommodating regional diversity. आपको पता ही है हर कंट्री में एक टाइप के लोग नहीं रहते. Like for example श्रीलंका we had 2 types of people, or then we have Belgium also we have seen. Then in India there are so many types of languages. So all this regional जो differences क्या आता है तो उसका accommodation, क्योंकि एक साथ रहना है तो जितना डिस्प्यूट अराइज होते हैं स्टेट में और कंट्री में उसको प्रोटेक्ट करना ड्यूटी होता है फेडरलिज्म गवर्नमेंट. सो माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आई एक्सप्लेन टू यू द फीचर्स ऑफ फेडरलिज्म. फर्स्ट आई सेड व्हाट इज फेडरलिज्म and second one its features. Now another 1 mark question can come or 2 marks question can come. What is coming together federation and then holding together federation? Now what is this coming together? All come together. Federation run करने के लिए all come together. The central and the state always experience equal set of powers. Like in USA, Switzerland and Australia में क्या है? Central has its constitution plus the state also has their own constitution. So दोनों का power equal है. So not like in India. India we have holding together federation. Here coming together federation means central also has their own powers as well as the state has their own powers. Now holding together federation, what is this holding together federation? The states come together, all the states come together and central power will always maintain its supremacy over the constituent units. Now which means जे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में चेंज लाना है तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का पावर ज़्यादा है और लोकल स्टेट गवर्नमेंट कम टू द सेंटर टू फॉर्म द गवर्नमेंट. देन इसका सुप्रीमेसी किसका हाथ में है ना? Here it's given an example for you, India, Spain and Belgium. So these 2 things coming together, federation, holding together federation. Please learn this with 2 or 3 examples. It is another type of question which may come in political science. My dear students, coming together federation, example we have USA, Switzerland and Australia, and holding together means state go to the center to form a government. So that is holding together. Example we have our own country plus Spain and Belgium. This is the end of the chapter, the end of this unit. I have explained to you federalism, what is federalism, and then its characteristics, and then also coming together and what is holding together. Now next unit I will come back, next part I will come to you what makes India federal country. So India में federal country कैसे बन गई वो आपको एक्सप्लेन करूँगी. Then how is federalism practiced? On the whole, generally how it is practiced I will come back to you in the next chapter. Have a lovely day. It is very interesting chapter. जो हम लोग दिखता है स्टेट हमारा है, whole India you can see it is India is the federalism, but a little difference in federal in different countries, different types of federalism they are having. Thank you. Have a lovely day.